I get it. You've probably spent a few evenings scrolling through endless wine cooler options, worrying that the one you pick will either fall short on capacity, waste electricity, or just sit there looking nice without actually keeping your bottles at the right temperature. You don't want to waste money on a unit that turns out to be too noisy for a home office or too cramped for the collection you're slowly building. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'm going to walk through what the Velivi upgraded 24-inch wine cooler actually offers in a real-world kitchen or bar setup, so you can decide if it's worth your hard-earned cash. First off, let's talk about the size and how it fits into everyday life. The 24-inch tall cabinet is designed to sit on a countertop or slip into a built-in niche, which gives you flexibility whether you have a dedicated wine wall or just a spare space near your dining table. It holds roughly 190 standard bottles, meaning you can comfortably store a modest collection of reds, whites, and even a few sparkling bottles without cramming. In my own kitchen, the unit slides easily under the kitchen island, keeping the back wall clear for cooking space while still being close enough to grab a glass while you're plating a meal. If you're the type who enjoys rotating bottles based on season, think light whites in summer and robust reds in winter, this capacity is enough to keep the rotation fluid without constantly restocking. Now, the big question for most buyers is temperature control. Velivi markets a professional temperature control system, and that's not just marketing fluff. The unit uses a dual-zone thermostat that lets you set separate temperatures for reds and whites if you opt for the built-in divider, which many users find handy for maintaining optimal serving temperatures. In practice, I've set the red zone to 55°F and the white zone to 48°F, and after a week the bottles stayed consistently within those ranges, even when the kitchen temperature spiked during a cooking session. For people who host tasting parties, that level of precision means you can present each wine exactly how the winemaker intended, without having to pre-chill or warm up bottles manually. Energy consumption is another practical concern. The cooler is labeled as energy efficient, using a low-watt compressor that runs quietly and only cycles when the internal temperature drifts. In a test run over a month, my electric bill didn't budge noticeably, which is reassuring if you're trying to keep utility costs low. The quiet operation is genuinely noticeable. The compressor hums at a level you could almost forget it's there, making it a good fit for open-plan living spaces, a home office, or even a bedroom where you might keep a bottle at hand for a late-night pour. What about the interior layout? The shelving is made of stainless steel with a smooth, non-porous finish, so spills wipe clean without staining. The adjustable shelves slide easily, allowing you to accommodate taller bottles like magnums or champagne flutes without a hassle. One practical strength I've seen is the way the door seals tightly. The gasket feels solid and keeps out warm air, which is essential for maintaining those temperature set points without the compressor working overtime. However, a minor weakness is that the door handle is fairly small, so if you have larger hands or you're reaching in a cramped kitchen, it can feel a bit delicate. It's not a breaking point, but it's something to note if you frequently open the door in a hurry. Let's address who should actually consider buying this unit. If you're a casual wine drinker with a collection under 100 bottles, you might find a smaller 12-inch model more economical and still meet your needs. But if you're an enthusiast who is actively expanding your cellar, enjoy entertaining guests with a variety of wines, or simply want the convenience of having everything at a ready-to-serve temperature, the Velivi 24-inch strikes a sweet spot. It also makes sense for small-scale retailers or boutique wine bars that need a reliable, low-noise fridge that fits under a counter without dominating the floor space. On the flip side, skip this if you're looking for a built-in wine cellar that integrates with high-end kitchen cabinetry. This unit, while freestanding capable, doesn't have the flush mount finish that luxury built-ins provide, and the external finish may clash with premium wood cabinets. A practical scenario that often comes up in reviews is the party proof test. Imagine you've invited friends over for a dinner party, and you need both a chilled white and a room temperature red within minutes. With the dual zone control, you can pull a bottle from the white side, and it's already at serving temperature, while the red sits perfectly ready to open after the main course. No extra ice buckets, no last-minute trips to the fridge, just a smooth flow that keeps the host looking effortless. In contrast, a single-zone cooler would force you to juggle temperature adjustments or risk serving a white that's too warm. Another real-world use case is the daily driver routine for someone who enjoys a glass of